Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
What it do? You know what it is Jesus Bars and Boxing Shuttleworth the God. We back. Go aka the Go Artist, aka LB Lauderdale Boss. You know what it is. Monday Night Boxing. Finna set it off. RingGameRadio.com in the building as always. Your favorite boxing podcast. The face of boxing podcasts is and
Yes, sir.
podcasts in general and just live stream
Yes,
spaces.
sir.
We the motherfucking best. But yeah, you're rocking with us. So enjoy tonight's show.
Yeah, absolutely, yo. Ring gang forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building. Ring Game Radio all day. Let's go. Why you keep switching the damn fucking format? You got your thing bigger than all of ours. Pause.
Hey, bro, I'm just going through, just seeing, I'm just seeing what the...
that was cool. You could keep it that way or whatever. You could switch up every 20 minutes or whatever. So
yeah, I don't care. It was just throwing me off because I'm like trying to do my intro.
Like that was remixed.
Like, I wasn't trying to make myself the biggest in here and pause, yo. You know what I mean?
I ain't got nobody to throw out today. So, and from the bodega. So, whatever. Well, I'll save it
get
for
banned on a Monday, nigga.
You can't ban everybody.
Of the Sunday has to be banned Monday. Like, what'd you do?
I mean, hey, if there's no one that needs to be banned, I guess that's a good thing, But I think that more bans are coming in the near future, though. I can just feel that in my bones. But I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's fly? Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender, preparing for liftoff. Ring Game Radio. Let's fly. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Conscious Pilot stays elevated above the clouds, you dig? And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what's poppin'? Rome top 5, retired, dead or alive, nigga. We here, nigga. Ring Game.
Yes, sir. Rome top 5, aka Chicago win, because he leaves these niggas in the breeze, you dig? But yeah, man, we had some boxing last weekend, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, there was there's definitely a lot to take up from this card that Top Rank put out. Starting, of course, from the main event with Sergey Derevyanchenko and Christian and Billy. Man, now if there's any this, because if you've heard us talk about Derevyanchenko, you've pretty much heard us say that Derevyanchenko probably, after these hard fights he keeps getting put into, he needs like a soft touch. You need to build him back up. You need to give him some easy competition that he can whoop. Like, and he's not going to be looking like a raccoon or something like that at the end of the fight. He's not, cuts and shit, all that shit, like all the shit that he usually looks like after a fight. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that I don't think setups or anything like that are going to help him anymore. I think Sergey Derevyanchenko is washed. He's toast now. And it's sad to do because he's toast within only 21 fights. But I'll be damned though, that dude though has heart, because there's no way that Billy should have had him like still standing at the end of 10 rounds.
Bro, you know what? I'm just gonna come out and say, and Billy's performance was trash. He had a washed up one arm fighter in there and couldn't do anything to fucking get him out of there. Cuffed most of his shots. He even got hurt. He got hurt by the fucking one-arm fighter in the fucking, what was it, the 6th round?
I think it was 6th or 7th round. Yeah.
He got hurt.
The one arm that he did have, he threw a straight right and clipped him, and then Billy was hurt. How you fucking get hurt by a one-arm fighter?
I mean, we knew he was hittable, but like he's very hittable. It's like, god damn, he's hittable.
No, he's incredibly hittable though. But and funny thing too, Derevyanchenko, even if he has like a poor performance, he always has that one moment in the fight where he actually hurts cats. Like, I mean, he hurt Munguia multiple times. He hurt Triple G. He hurt Charlo. He hurt Jacobs. He
usually be with body shots too, but he was actually landing several lead rights on him, Billy. Like, shit was like, I honestly like. Because me and Rome Top 5 had a 2-leg parlay for a Guido KO and a Derevyanchenko KO.
Mhm.
And that motherfucker almost happened.
I mean, we'll talk more about the Guido KO Liv because I'm mad because my parlay was lost with that one. But
Damn.
Tried to tell you. I'm just playing.
yeah, no, that Durant Chico, like, because I mean, the Durant Chico KO was what was it, 1800? Yeah, no, it was 1800. You know, so I was just like, you know, I mean, even though at that point my parlay was busted, I was like, if Durant Chico ends up stopping this dude, I swear, you know, I'm gonna lose my shit. You know, talking about Makhmudov though, but
Nah, we would have just caught the sofa you would have threw in our direction, nigga. That's all.
Yeah, I would have let out the longest, loudest profanity if that was the only prop that didn't hit because you know motherfuckers want to be stupid in the ring. But you know, but Derevyanchenko though, that man has heart though, because I mean the Top Rank cameras caught where he actually ripped his bicep with a jab, no less. So and that shit was crazy too, because that bicep just rolled up in his arm ASAP. You know, and Billy should have been able to. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that Billy didn't land, and Billy landed like 190 something power punches on there, which is like the most that anyone's landed on him in a fight. So it's not like he didn't beat him up, but this was one of those fights where it was warned that you have to make the ref or Rozier stop the fight. You know. And Billy never got to that type of point, although he came close in some cases. He never got to the point where it's like, yo, you need to stop this fight.
Bro, Derevyanchenko's corner was looking for a reason to stop the fight at one point. Like,
because these dudes can't throw a simple 10-punch combination. They can't have offense for longer than 20 seconds at a time. Because if they did that, then we would get stoppages in these type of fights. All we want is the traditional Layla Ali, Oscar De La Hoya type stoppage where you just run a damn burnout combo on a nigga face and the ref steps in. Like,
yeah,
that's all you have to do. No one's asking you to throw haymakers or do some secret art technique or some shit, bro. Just let your hands go, nigga. No one's asking for a goddamn ultra combo finish. Just let your hands go.
Right, and he wouldn't do that because every single time he was loading up, Derevyanchenko also would use his legs just to get off ropes, or make the fight go back to the center of the ring where Billy wasn't as effective.
And you could brace for niggas loading up, and you could see it.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, and Billy though, and I get it. No, I mean it was cool. Like Derevyanchenko again, like he goes the distance, like he's taking tough, powerful guys, punchers the distance, whatever. But I think the wells run dry for him. Like he honestly needs to retire. I mean, he's 38. He has a lot of collateral damage. He's not shaking it off, and you continue like that. Some jobber's gonna put his foot in his ass. It's either that or they're gonna be like, "Hey, Morrell," or "Hey, Iglesias." You know, they need a name opponent. Put them in the ring with that, and it's only gonna get worse. You know, and like I said, tough guy. Derevyanchenko was a tough guy, tough, skilled guy. You know, I mean, you know, in a different world, maybe, you know, with better career management, you know, dude may have picked up a belt or who would have been more preserved, you know, to continue his career. But I think now at this point, it's like Russian roulette right now because he's old, he's getting worn out. He's worn out as a fighter. Like,
should Rozier be held accountable for keeping him in there the whole? You know, because the commentary made it seem like, oh, she should have just pulled him out of there. You know what I'm saying? So do y'all give Rozier any smoke for that, or you know?
I mean, he deserves some smoke for it. Yeah, but like LB said, they were looking for a reason to stop the fight. So that was and. You know, they weren't given enough reason because every single time when Billy was trying to do something, Derevyanchenko at least would move out of the way. You know, get out of.
Yeah, Derevyanchenko was still competitive and competent, so it's like he's losing, but it's like, damn, do I really want to like stop the fight? Because remember, if he would just stop the fight on some random shit, motherfuckers would be upset about that too.
Right.
So it's like you can't win. So motherfuckers just got to learn to damn really stop dudes. And then remember, Derevyanchenko's in there. He know if he's had enough, he could go to a knee. He could quit.
Yeah, but that's not just it's just not in his nature. Like like I said,
It's not, or a motherfucker ain't whoop your ass enough.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. He wasn't getting whooped enough. He was still confident about shit, like because he knows how to survive. Like he got instinct and skill.
Yeah, it's even more surprising that Billy was not able to drop him once in the fight. Like, how you have all this power and you can't figure a way to drop a one-arm, battle scar guy once in a fight? Like Derek was going down 3 times, like in his career. Like there should have been a 4 and a 5 and then a stoppage. Like seriously,
Because of the 4 or 5.
I'm saying though, like
I mean, I feel you.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, because I was watching, I'm like, okay, Derek he should retire, and Billy, like, I'm not sure where he is. I mean, the Gongora fight was the first fight, I had questions about Billy in terms of because that one he got tired, like, like dude had to kind of like rally and everything like that, and to try to win that fight. But this one is just like, if you're not able to stop a guy like this, and you're still getting hit. You're still getting hit, and you're getting hurt by a one-armed guy, just like the way it is. Again, I just have serious doubts that you won't get caught unexpectedly before you even win like a title or anything.
Yeah, because this is supposed to be like a tough showcase fight, but still a showcase fight. Because you got some showcase fights where you're supposed to look spectacular. But then there's some showcase fights where it's like, hey, you might have to show a little extra oomph, a little extra something. But if you do so, you could do something no one else has done. Right. Stop this guy, drop him a bunch of times. So, Derevyanchenko, even at this stage, ain't the easiest opponent.
No, he's not.
But if you're supposed to be that dude, if you're supposed to be next in line, if you're supposed to be that nigga, to put it, in regular terms, you're supposed to really look better against this type of guy.
Right. No, absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, So that pretty much that was like just my takeaway on that fight. Like whatever. Like Billy, like I know they're gonna keep his because I know they're trying to bank on the Canelo fight. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo's actually inclined to actually take it because it's like okay. This dude is not that much of a threat. You know what I mean? Maybe I might be able to kind of roll the dice on that one. Because I can't because Canelo's
that's right up his alley, his old whole ass.
Yeah, Canelo's not looking for any competitive 168 fights. Like he's like, okay, let's who's gonna be whose defense is face first now? That's gonna allow me to rattle off some combinations. And Billy, Derevyanchenko was tagging him up. So
yeah. Hold on, let me see what's good with the chat. Salute JP, what it do? He got injured in this fight too. Like, yeah, that's what make it worse. It's up there with the damn Eddie Chambers and Adamek fight.
Oh yeah, that fight. Oof, that fight pissed me off.
Yeah, that fight. Oof, jeez. Sergio's heart is like, his heart is next level because that shit looked painful and he was still, boxing and making moves. Just reminds me of how good prime Jamal Charlo was. Yeah, I know. That's like Jamal Charlo, man. That's just a big mystery with his career. For as good as he was, it just never seemed like he wanted more. Like,
yeah, he wasted his prime. I mean, his prime years of age was wasted away. It's kind of, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, like it's kind of unfortunate, and I don't even think he's like so off where he couldn't come back. He didn't look bad against Benavidez's brother.
I mean, he is like he's in the gym posting like Instagram like he's back at it, but it's like
Yeah, but it's like you don't need to be back at it if you 80% back at it. Like wait till you 100, bro. Or boxing is not like rap or other shit where you could do it at a certain level and
you don't play boxing, man.
You don't play boxing. You'll get fucked up in these streets.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially maybe more so in the past previous eras. This boxing era, I don't know, but I wouldn't take my chance. You don't play. I felt and Billy's jab wasn't great. Yeah, that shit was struggle. Like,
Yeah, no,
for
shit,
the
that
type
shit
of
was,
fighter he is, that jab need to be way better.
that shit was non-existent pretty much. Like you should, like if he had a jab, he would have gotten some combinations. He would have got kind of Derevyanchenko out of there if he actually utilized a jab to kind of set up a right hand, set up something, other than just trying to club at dude.
Yeah, because if he was jabbing, Derevyanchenko wouldn't be able to get off lead rights.
Yeah, right.
The only way somebody really getting off lead right hands on you, and they're not Roy fucking Jones, where they got mad speed, and it's just like, oh shit, like where's it coming from next?
Mm-hmm.
Is if you're not jabbing,
Mm-hmm.
you're literally just allowing them to move and just set themselves up and shit. Like, nah, you got to disrupt that. Somebody shouldn't be damn consecutively, and you know he can't jab, and you're just gonna let him like get the fuck out of here. Like, so nah, and Billy like, put him in there for the ginger sweepstakes and see what happens.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Derevyanchenko is like a good name for him, but yeah, they definitely put him in there. He needs some other fights, he needs some more kind of seasoning.
I mean, I know Munguia, Bazinian, the other Canada guy, they're fighting. If Munguia fights Mbili next, I'm confident Munguia would probably stop Mbili, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it'd be a fun fight, but I feel like Munguia would.
I agree. I would favor Munguia over Mbili.
Yeah, there's the work rate and the this being steady,
and the fact that Munguia can throw combinations.
It'd be a fun fight while it lasts, but I think
if it were to be a firefight on the inside, like Munguia is going to beat him to the punch every time.
Yep, several times.
Several times, yeah.
Because I think also I don't know if you want to call him mid Billy or not, or if he's mid or not, but
mid Billy. Yeah.
Well, he had a bad performance. I mean, for him, it's a bad performance, but it's just you expected more from someone who's been put through the ringer. Like you expected. Someone to put a real foot in his ass, because like I said, Derevyanchenko, look, I mean, he's toast now. Like I said, like you can't even build him back up. He's either gonna retire, he's gonna become a name opponent. Like he has a journeyman record now, and the record doesn't even and for most people it'll be like, oh, the record, oh damn,
you got 6 losses now or 5?
Huh?
You got 6 losses or 5 losses?
6, yeah, 6.
Now? Okay.
Yeah, he's 15-6. That's a
damn. Like you couldn't even get 20 wins, bro. That's prospect numbers. Like damn.
That's a straight up WWE superstars jobber type level, and he's not. He doesn't. His abilities is definitely not a level, but unfortunately, he got matched too tough. His matchmaker gave him that record. So it's just like you can't really rebuild him now, because it's like you can't because he has too much damage on him.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta that's where it comes into management, and and you can't always leave everything up to management. You have the final say.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta kind of move better, because at the end of the day, the boxer's the one in the ring fighting the fights and taking the punishment. They kept throwing him in the hard fight after hard fight. I don't even think Austin Trout was getting it that bad.
Yeah, I always said before, after the Triple G fight, Triple G lowered his comp just slightly, so to recover. He got thrown into a fight with Jamal Charlo, and it was just another hard fight. You know what I mean? So it was just like I always felt, and of course that's what everyone likes to say. Oh yes, Jamal Charlo beat Derevyanchenko the clearest. Yeah, no shit, because he got hit. He got helped by a guy that was still battle scarred badly.
So, he hadn't had the whole world and beat up on the man, and then he still couldn't drop him, and he got hurt by him. So it's having the clearest 116, 112 score fight over this man ain't the biggest accomplishment,
right? You know what I'm saying?
But still good. Android said he got paid, though. Apparently, he has made over 10 mil in his career.
Yeah. That's for
heard
sure.
it on Big Man Dan's pod.
Yeah. He's made a lot of bread. There's no question about it. But
that's the trade off. If you're somebody who's like, yo, I just want this bread, and I'm gonna use my talents and skills in boxing to get there. You don't really care about getting a world title or certain things. Then get what you asked for. Get what you came in the game for. Like, and speaking of that shit, I remember seeing that tweet with Virgil Ortiz Sr. and he had the CompuBox stats, and I think it was Tom Gray or Boacek's manager or representative. Like, he was like, yeah, y'all still crying because it showed like his son still outlanded Boacek in most of the rounds. And how everybody's talking about, the fight deserves a rematch. And dude was like, man, like they had a choice, either get more money or the rematch. And they went for more money. And he said they had so many different demands. You would think we was fighting Canelo or somebody. Like, and so it's like, damn, like y'all making all these demands and shit, and like, it's like, yo, y'all ain't even get the rematch clause. Like, so it's like you gotta trade up. And me personally, that was a good fight, but I don't think it needs an immediate rematch. Virgil Ortiz won clearly. It was just a real competitive, good fight. Like,
yeah.
But even those have winners, nigga. Like, but yeah, you gotta have a man. If you think you can beat the guy, you want more money, go ahead and beat the guy. But if you know the matchup is like, like I know I could beat the guy, but this guy's good, and I don't know, this might be one of those give or take fights. Fuck that. Let me get that rematch clause. Like, you got to know what you want, man. So I look at it like that too. So long as Derevyanchenko happy and it's all good. But yeah, and Billy definitely got to do better than this if we supposed to take him serious. Y'all think he beats Shishkin?
At this point, I honestly I would lean towards Shishkin, not by much, but because Shishkin doesn't have his firepower, like. But I would lean on Shishkin maybe on some 55-45 type of shit, like now. Like, or 60-40, somewhere around there.
And Billy's stocky, but I remember checking his height. They say he's 5'8", 5'9"ish for 160. I mean, he's a real stocky guy, but it's like he's kind of, I don't know if he's short for the weight or his reach is a little bit like lesser, but I don't know, something's not there with him. I don't know, but he's
whereas Shishkin
cardio is something.
He's not
Well, where Shishkin is at little white, he's like 6'1", 6'2". It's like he's a big guy at that weight. But he doesn't have Billy's power like that. He's a decent puncher, but he's not a big puncher.
As long as he can hang in there and land, he can have a chance, especially when he's a big dude.
Yeah, but another big dude, however, that fucking failed is Makhmudov. That I'm sorry, though. Yeah,
A1 segue.
Yeah, no, he fucking disgraced all big dudes. How you that fucking big, and just lumbering around like a big fucking.
Because he's not that fucking good. The Caballero fight kind of should have showed that he's not that fucking good.
I mean, I guess he didn't learn because dude was literally going face first, like he was lunging in, and the reason why his eye got closed is Villanella was
because he walks into everything and he's so fucking slow.
He's like a poor man's Euro Wilder with not enough heart and chin. He's like, look for that right hand, and there's not much.
Bro is straight lining into every right hand. Like,
he had Vito. But not Vito. Guido
was looking good. I mean, Paul.
Yeah, thank you. That's what. Like, he had Guido looking good. Like
a boxer, like a boxer's boxer.
Yeah, like bro, like Guido was popping the jab, throwing combinations, right hands, hooks, moving, footwork. I was like, this ain't the same nigga that Johnny Rice knocked.
But I mean, he did look good against Ajagba. I know he lost that fight, but he held his own for that fight. So maybe he's taking more serious.
But it's the best he looked though.
If
he kind of fought like this more often, I think he'd be better. But he's always so linear up and down. I could just do basic shit and outwork you. It's like now he fights with a little more pizzazz, like somebody put a little rum in the punch or some shit, or
I don't know if he had training change or what, but he definitely looks like I'll say different fighter, but improved. Yeah,
it's more cerebral, more fluid with the movement. Like he looks like he looking more Apollo Creedus than he was before. Like he looking like he can move and box, and before he wasn't looking like that.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. And Makhmudov, like Akira said, didn't learn a goddamn thing. Like like sloppy, but and then because basically he was getting pieced up, so he started fighting dirty, like trying to maul dude on the ropes and rabbit punching and all types of shit. Like dude was fighting like absolutely.
Do y'all question his heart or? I mean, I know because of the body shots, but I mean, I think he tried in that Guido fight, but do you question like his driving heart, Makhmudov? Or,
I mean, he didn't look like he was in real good shape either. So that's another thing. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, he basically whatever it was. I don't know because maybe he was like because they had fought before in the World Series of Boxing and he laid out Vinello in 4 rounds. So
yeah.
that's
like years ago. They did. Guido was there moving around like he wanted revenge.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he kind of took because he was like, yeah, I knocked this dude out. He wasn't that good. He probably took him too lightly, and that's why we got like all the lunging and all the wild shit that he was trying to throw at dude. But Vinello, he kept us cool though. Like he just pieced him up.
He was smart. I mean, I will say Vinello was kind of smothering his work a little bit. Like I was a little worried for a sec. He's gonna trick the bag because there was a moment a little bit where it's like, come on, man, box a little bit more than because he's getting tagged. Makhmudov still does have that right hand. I know.
I mean, but Guido got cut over his eye again, so that's another thing. So like that, I think that dude is always gonna get cut in the fight. So. But I think, and the funny thing is though, like the Makhmudov's corner, I don't know what the doctors were waiting for. Like that dude's eye was closed, and they was and dude, and they were.
I'm surprised they didn't stop it the first time when they looked at it. Like,
damn, I guess they weren't in the mood to stop anything that Saturday night.
Hell no, they weren't. Like
it was like, fuck that, nigga, keep hitting you, fuck that. His whole eye could fall out. Fuck that. Like, all right.
Yeah, I mean that fight went on probably 3 rounds too long, but then it should have. I'm like, yo, it's like
the fight night ref, the fight night video game ref would have stopped it way sooner. What the fuck?
Yeah, I think that ref was just like, I mean, as long as y'all don't like, kill each other that bad, like he was just like that dude
kill each other that bad, like y'all can kill each other, but don't go just killing each other.
I'm still iffy on Guido, but I will give him props. He had a good performance.
Same. Like, I mean, I'm not total, but this is a step in the right direction because I had a feeling too. Like, if Guido had lost this fight, the Top Rank would have just dropped him. That's probably another reason why I'm thinking like that's probably the reason why he fought. Because you know how this Top Rank be dropping these fights like
I mean, I maybe, but I also just think stylistically wise, Makhmudov made for a good style for him to look like that.
Yeah, I think honestly King P right, but I think all of y'all are right. I think it was all those played in like factor where it was like a factor, like the whole pink slip fight, the whole like Akhmadev just what's his name? Makhmudov.
Yeah.
Makhmudov ain't really that good either. And remember, Guido is a big, kind of semi-athletic guy himself.
Yeah.
So, at least it's like he was moving like how we all expect Gerald Washington to look.
Who would y'all favor? Because this sounds realistic, maybe. Big Baby versus Guido. Who wins that? Because they're both top.
Oh, what's Big Baby, bro?
I mean, the one that lost. Jared Anderson.
Oh. Okay. Anderson.
They're both top ranked guys, it's
Anderson versus Guido?
Because it seems like a fight
is a better fighter than Guido. It's just it's his heart.
No, Anderson got heart.
It's a fight they would probably they might make just.
I think it's just the ring IQ for Anderson, really, and I think he knows that because when he said like I kept leaning back, like he knows he be fucking up. Like I think it's more so of a habit. Like he got muscle memory. Like as soon as nigga throw a punch, he's like lean back. But yeah, that's actually a good matchup. You know what? I would kind of lean toward Anderson, but I feel like it's a 60-40 type of fight for him. Like Guido's definitely in there, especially after coming off of this performance. That's gonna give him a little more confidence. It's not just a complete walkover fight for Anderson, but I like the fight actually. Like,
well, here's the thing. How do you rate Guido's like punching power, like on a scale? Well, how would you rate it?
Out of 1 through 10, and we're looking at heavyweights, I look at Guido punching power like a 7.
Yeah, I say 7.
Okay,
I
so
say
I
7.
asked that simply because the problem with Jared is always I'm like something I've noticed with Jared. The problem is always going to be that he has to be moving forward to be effective with his style, and he's like with him being like that, not being good at moving and just fighting off the back foot, and he has to go completely forward. He's always going to run the risk of running into something with the guys that he's facing. So it's like if he's facing a puncher, he's always going to have that issue of that guy's going to crack, and can he handle it? And Bacoli, we saw it with Bacoli, but Bacoli is a big puncher. So I just wonder how that would be if Guido punching him. Because Guido's going to have
because if we got to look at the power, like Bacoli, I think his power is more like a 8, 9.
Yeah, Bacoli's like a 9 in punching power.
But the way he utilizes his power is like a 9, 10, because he throws a lot. The way he punches, he throws a lot of short combat combination. I think he's more of a better puncher than a harder puncher, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I would say Johnny Rice would be like an 8. Because when you see when he lets combinations go, it's like it's heavyweight damaging combinations. Like I don't know if Guido does the same thing to Coffee if he lets his hands go like that.
I just think his if Jared was more fleet-footed, I don't know. I mean, he's
it's the defense, dude. He can move around. You see, he can move around. It just he doesn't know how to get off by moving around. Like he'll step around you. He can pivot. He don't jab when he does it like that.
But I don't think he's as effective when he's moving around. I mean, he can move around for the sake of moving around.
But he has to practice it. It's like Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson could move around and he could outbox dudes semi-wise doing that. But we all know Lamont Peterson is at his best when he's coming forward, hands up type shit.
Because as we know, because you and I both know, moving around is one thing, but effectively being able to utilize your offense while moving is something completely different. So,
I think he just has to practice it because you see he'll have little glimpses of it. He'll pivot, he'll turn around, pop the jab. I think he just honestly has to get used to doing that for more than 30 fucking seconds.
Right.
Like you have to really get accustomed to fighting certain styles and practicing how you approach certain things in order for you to do it in a real fight. Like if you want to be a true master boxer, you have to be effective in more than one style. You might like you said, his default style is come forward. He's like a more athletic Anthony Joshua, but you could tell he could move around but he can't outbox guys like Anthony Joshua. Like Anthony Joshua could literally have a whole fight on his back foot and pop the jab and fight you like that.
Right.
Anderson can't. He would fall apart after a round of doing it or somewhat. So that's really what he need to work out on. But do it against a guy who could trouble him, but not knock him out on the first mistake.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the problem. He's kind of reaching that level where it's like the point of no return. And if you want him to work on some issues, it might be a little like you can't have him just lower his competition, put the training wheels back on. So
no, you can't put it. You can't put it back on completely. Like that's why the Guido fight is so good because it's a winnable fight. But it's one of those.
It's like the bare minimum
fight that you got to earn it.
Guido's like the absolute quote unquote worst that I think I'd accept, for Jared Anderson for a comeback fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it ain't. We don't need him to be confident to come back. We don't need him to just be the jobber. He's done enough of that. Like, nah. Like, no, we need to beat some guy who's coming to win, but he might not be he might not be the best at everything, but he got some tools with him. Like he could do something. He could trouble you. He could pull it off. Like so it's more of a ring. You don't know how his training camps are going, how he's looking, but it's the ring IQ thing to me. Like he has all the tools. He hits hard enough. I think Jared Anderson power is probably like an 8.
Right.
But it hasn't looked that way in his last couple of fights because the way how he's been fighting. That seek and destroy Anderson kind of gone. Like that's why he need better head movement because he gets off better pause when he's coming forward. Pause.
No, I get it. I agree. So we'll see. But shout out to Guido. Guido was impressive, and the young boys on this card were impressive. Iglesias and Mason.
Yeah, no, Iglesias is going to be a problem. Like I can tell that dude is going to be a real problem. And I know Abeko's definitely seen better days, but yeah, it's like, yeah. And I was mad too because I got that bet correctly on there 1 and 2 on my parlay, that and Mason. So I'm like, so like they showed out. Like Iglesias is scary because Iglesias is mean. He punches mean.
I was thinking, like, he's like because in comparison to Morrell, like Iglesias is more aggressive and wild. Like, because I was kind of comparing them because they both took out Agbeko in the second round, but it was just like once Agbeko smelled once Iglesias smelled blood, he was just ready to throw it all out there, like just get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he let his hands go. Like, bro was just mean. Like he was like I was like, okay. Like, you can't teach mean. Like, dude was try to punch right through that dude. Like, Agbeko and they tried to give Agbeko a shot, but when you're getting your head rocked along the ropes, you gotta stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the Iglesias did the damn thing, and so did Mason. Like Mason, I mean, I think it's safe to say like Top Rank should now. I think they need to take Mason off. Like
why the fuck do they keep? Listen, you already put him on the main card, and he's your most exciting prospect. Why the fuck are you putting him back on the prelims? He should not be on the prelims anymore. Your focus should be getting him to as many audiences as possible.
Yeah.
Put him on.
That's the thing. I'm glad you say that. Like Top Rank fucks up sometimes with that whole transition. Like they know how to build prospects as far as like giving you the right fights, but as far as placement on the cards and building a star, they fail at that because of shit like this. Like it gets to a point like you hear all the internet buzz. More people are talking about Mason than anybody else on that card.
Facts.
Like, do they not read the room? Like, yo, get this nigga as the co-main. Like, he should be getting the same level of showcase fights and placement as guys like that Robeisy Ramirez and Nico Ali.
Super facts.
He looked more impressive than both.
Yeah, right. Like we get the rehash, every single time Nico is on an undercard. And like I said, I like Nico, like he's a cool guy though, but he gets all this attention and he's now he's starting to struggle at the prelim level. Whereas Mason is just pretty much
Mason's blowing by everybody that they put him in there with. Pause.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So do y'all hot shot him, or do we
you don't need to hot shot him. You don't need to do that. But they're gradually building him up the right way. So it's just a matter of more exposure.
Yeah, that's all it is. They're doing the right thing, and that's what I be saying. Like, no promoter has the right formula because they all have certain strengths and weaknesses. Like, imagine if you put PBC's production and engagement and marketing with Top Rank's matchmaking
and amateur. Like, they have all the the blue chips, right? The prospects.
Yeah, but if you gave you had a Dula Mason's matchmaking, but with PBC's promotion, he'd be a superstar now.
I mean, you say that, Pilot, but low key, they don't have the stronghold on the prospects that they used to. I've kind of low key noticed that.
You're right. Yeah.
Who's getting them? Matchroom, Queensberry?
The Matchroom is starting to get more the young guys. Like, so I've been noticing.
That's one thing Eddie will do. Eddie will sign a young fighter. Like,
another motherfucker we gonna see fighting damn in front of 2,000 people that we don't care.
It used to like I said, but it used to be more like usually the young prospects 95% of the time they're going to Top Rank. Now it's not the case anymore.
They drinking the Eddie Kool-Aid, man. And I feel like some of these niggas, I'm seeing now, like the boxing, the young niggas is different now. Like a lot of them, they just really want to box and just fight. They don't care about being a superstar or making money or really having a legacy. They just want to fight. And Eddie gets you fights, so that's cool. But if it's me putting my life on the line, nigga, I want the bag, I want the publicity, I want all that shit. So getting me fights just ain't fucking enough. You feel me?
And then once in a while, you'll get a guy like a Errol Spence who didn't sign with Top Rank because he wanted to bet on himself because it was like, okay, well, you'll get more upfront, with Top Rank, but then as you get further along in your career, it's like the back end, you're not, because we know how Top Rank is. We've said this many times. Top Rank is good with getting you in the door, but there's that cap. So if you,
and they just don't. I'm gonna be honest. Top Rank don't know how to really market black fighters like that, and they struggle with the Asian ones they get. That's not Pacquiao.
And it's funny too, but considering the fact that Top Rank's existence is because of one black fighter, Muhammad Ali. So it's the weirdest.
That's true, but for some reason they do too many, and we used to speak on this before, but they're stuck in that old mind frame of doing things in the boxing way. So they're not going to take chances like that, but they don't really know how to take advantage of like the urban market, the urban demographic, and the blogs and the momentum, the buzzing. They just don't know how to do that shit.
I mean, I wrote a whole an article on that. Like I wrote a whole parody on this. If
I remember that shit. Like
classic. Like literally, like what
they don't know. We gonna have to retweet it, God. We gonna have to share that shit again, fam.
Yeah, because that was pure inspiration. Because that was just because of all the fuckery that was going on with like Nico Ali and shit like that. I was like, yeah, look, it's just how they operate. Like it was inspiration. I wrote all that shit. Like it's just
give us a famous kid, a famous boxer's kid. We could do something.
Yeah.
Give us what's the fuck they got? Give us an Irish guy. We could do something.
Yeah, Irish or famous boxer's kid. Yeah, those are the two. It's like laziness.
Give us a clean cut white kid. We could do something. Give us a Mexican. We could do something. But come that black kid, it's like, fuck. What do we do? Like,
right.
He's super fast and powerful. He talks a lot of shit. How we market this guy?
I mean, most of the time it's like, okay, we got a black guy with a title, like O'Shaquie Foster. We gotta get his title off and go put it on another.
We gotta rob him so we can make Valdez Navarrete all time. One of their fake Mexican trilogies and shit.
Yeah,
they'll be leaning in the damn trilogy, like trying to make trilogies and rematches of fights that no one really asked for. Like, just hold on. I see. What up, Anthony? Salute. One guy's like Eddie's father and DM Charging passed away. It seemed like the promoters started caring less about putting the best matchups together and more about the paychecks. I think being an independent promoter for yourself as a boxer when you don't really have experience in that side of the business hurts you because you don't really have the connections in the sport.
I mean, it's politics. It's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like
it is, but man, it's like, dude, we're in a new age now where you got marketing firms, you got people. These boxers make enough money. You could literally pay somebody fucking $1,000 a month to run certain shit or make videos for you, and you could literally pay a guy to fucking follow you and film you. Remember, these guys are famous. They've been on on big cards. It's not gonna take these niggas 6 years to monetize a YouTube account.
No, I mean, like I said,
you know what I mean? So you can't look at it as them that regular people. These are people with platforms who've been on TV, been around other famous people. They can make a profit on social media a lot faster than the normal person.
Oscar. You would hope that you would think that Oscar De La Hoya would be the norm for these fighters. I mean, Oscar is probably the best example of a fighter who created his own company, and the company was big, even as he was still an active fighter. That's the rare, but unfortunately, that's the rare example of a fighter kind of taking the business.
Yeah, but no one's even asking to do all that. Just engage the fans. Put yourself out there and say the right shit and build interest in your opponents and your fights. And it's like niggas give you the examples every year. Every generation has an example. It's not our fault that we can point them out, but other boxers don't notice it and do it.
Right.
The influencer boxing got popular because regular boxers stopped caring about being popular.
Yeah.
Niggas stopped doing interviews and shit.
Right. And then it got to the point where it got too popular, where you have some of the boxers that thinking like, oh damn, like this is like Jared Anderson's like, damn, I need to be doing this shit. Like, this is the lane I need to be going through, rather than going through the traditional boxing lanes.
Yeah. And that's the thing, it's like, and it's kind of sad because you can do both, but always remember the boxing part is more important.
Right.
Don't get caught up in the whole Ebony Bridges shit where you lean on the fuckery shit, the OnlyFans or whatever bullshit so much that you forget what the boxing is, and then your boxing stature falls down.
Right.
Because you not being a world champion, that hurts your brand.
Yeah, facts.
Especially if you lost the fight for a fucking 8-1 underdog. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's shit like that. Like you could do both, and if you can't do both hire a motherfucker to do it. Get help.
Absolutely. Something I make sure I gotta mention about this card that they announced too. Like during one of the segments, they mentioned that Luis Alberto Lopez, who got knocked out by Leo last week, he suffered a brain bleed from that knockout. And it's unfortunate too, because now with brain bleeds, and obviously if you have a brain bleed, like you shouldn't be fighting again. Like I know that people that have boxers that come back from it, depending on what variations of it, and usually the examples of fighters come back from it, they usually come back like they get dented even more, and you can tell that they get fucked up even more. Like like a Jermaine Taylor.
Well,
like he had two brain bleeds.
Well, like that guy Abeko who had a minor brain bleed and fought Morel Iglesias on the co-main back to back. Like, what the fuck is that? Like,
yeah, like there's too many examples, and I get it sucks too because Lopez is in the prime of his career. He's just he was probably at one point probably the number one featherweight, and he lost how he lost. But the way they were talking about, you have to rest and he'll be back soon. Like, he shouldn't come back.
No, bro. Like a brain bleed is like a detached retina in the 80s.
Right.
It's one of those where you just ain't really gonna come back. And it's sad. I hate to hear shit like that because I know how much some of these guys love boxing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had to take that away, you're like really taking like an arm or leg. You're really taking a part of them away. So I really hate to hear that. But it's also a part of the game, man. And that's why we always be so on these niggas about the defense. Like, Lopez takes a lot of clean punches, and he doesn't take nothing off of them. And getting hit with your chin up all the time is like, I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Garcia later out on the line he gets something like that, because niggas who get punched like this, that shit just don't end well. It's the worst way to be getting caught all the time.
Right. And of course, it didn't help that us. We did make light because when he hit the canvas, his feet went up and shit like that. But unfortunately, when you get the double impact, the way his head slammed into the canvas, that's probably where he picked up the brain bleed.
Yeah, like, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, that double whammy, like, you gotta, like, that's one thing I learned when I used to do a Atemi Ryu Jiu-Jitsu. Like, you had to know how to do a break fall. You got to get in it almost have to be autopilot second nature where you could break fall and you fall in a way where you take some steam over the fall and you don't hit the back of your head.
Yeah.
Like you could get hit. Like some people hit the back of their head when they fall, and they're not unconscious when they fall.
Mm-hmm.
So that's even worse. You get knocked out on the ground and you're not even knocked out. Like, so no, you have to have your head like, it's harder to fucking, when your head is already like this in the fight and you fall, your head is landing first.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
I'd rather you get the whiplash and you fall and your body hits the ground first and then your head hit.
Right.
Because you want something to take off the impact, but if your head hit the concrete first, then your body, nigga.
Yeah, because the
you
ring,
like, Geese Howarded on a fucking sidewalk off a regular fight.
Yeah, like I mean, the canvas, like, and the canvas, I mean, it has some give, but not a whole lot of give. So the head.
Nah, this ain't no wrestling canvas, bro. I've been on the boxing canvas. Them shits is hard.
Yeah, they're fucking hard. Like, and yeah, that and hitting your head on the ropes too. Ropes, you can give yourself again whiplash. Like, you can die from your head hitting the ropes and the canvas.
Yeah.
It's a shame too, because like I said, I know, but the way they were talking about is like Lopez should not come back. Like a brain bleed is nothing that. Now, like there are cats who suffered a brain bleed and they stop fighting and they still, they still get full powers of their body, and then but you gamble every single time you have a brain bleed and you want to fight because there's some commissions that will allow people with brain bleeds to fight, and you see them they get fucked up or they get crippled or they die. Like there's examples.
And then you can't even really spar like that either.
Yeah, no, like
how you really gonna prepare for fights?
Yeah, there was a British boxer, Nick Blackwell. Chris Eubank Jr. beat him, like gave him a brain bleed, and knocked him out. And they managed to do. They got the life-saving surgery, like, and he was good. Like he regained full powers and everything like that. He retired, but then he did a sparring session, and then after that sparring session, he fell into a coma, and then he's not so good. Like he hasn't regained his full powers yet. Like everything is slow. His talking is everything because he fucked up inside. He wanted to spar. Never mind the profile spar after he got a brain bleed. Like you can't like play with your brain like that. Like,
And then these niggas probably did some hard ass sparring too.
He was a super middleweight and he was sparring a cruiserweight.
So, motherfuck! I didn't know he was. I don't remember that incident. He sparred like, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's why I know people who love, like, when you love boxing, you love boxing, but
right. And then it was.
I sparred a fucking cruiserweight with a fucking brain bleed, like, nigga, like.
Yeah, and then of course it's worse too because I mean Top Rank already had a prospect with Alex Saucedo, like he got the brain bleed.
Yes.
And then once and then they brought him back on TV, and dude was crying on TV because the dirty cameras wouldn't keep the cameras off him. Had this dude crying because he had to retire from boxing. I think
why they interview him and then like put him on the camera for about a minute after, like what the fuck was that? That was wild. That was the beginning of the time where Pat put out dirty cameras, and I realized, goddamn, they always do this shit. That's crazy.
They always do this shit, and they did it. And they did it with this fight too. Like Durianchenko, they showed him, he's crying in there.
Lopez, what the fuck was the wife cam? They were showing the wife for like a good 30 seconds too. What the fuck was that? That's crazy.
They do that. They'll show the crying kid, the daughter, the son. They don't matter. Like they'll get you.
Yeah, no. But yeah, the Lopez, I hope that hopefully he recovers. But yeah, honestly, he shouldn't play with his brain because one brain bleed, you're dented. Like brain bleeds, now doing normal, you're good. But if you're getting hit in the head, especially if you have no defense, the shit's gonna end up bad for you. Like
you're not mad. Your defense isn't gonna magically get better as you retire. Once you retire and you still want to spar.
Yeah.
And then you choosing to spar bigger guys, like, god damn, like, I know the urge is there. Trust me, I be wanting to spar every day, but
yeah, like I mean, even Joe Macy had 3 brain bleeds after the Gerard fight, and he still and then he wanted to fight, and I think he was fighting in Canada and shit like that until he realized that shit that he wasn't gonna get licensed in any place that was substantial for him to retire, and he retired before he got damaged, but. You can't. You get a brain bleed. You're rolling the dice about when you get hit in the head. Like that's what boxing is. It's blunt force trauma. Like, and the brain can only take so much. You don't want your brain bleeding all over the place, like in your head. So it sucked to hear that he got a brain bleed and stuff like that. But yeah, I just hope that the foolishness is like, oh, he's gonna come back. Like, nah, he shouldn't come back. Like, you gotta wrap it up. You gotta wrap the career. The career is
It's a wrap. Like, just take solace in the fact that you went out in a good ass fight of the year, knockout of the year. You were a champion. You had defended your belt. You had a nice
had exciting fights. Had good wins.
Fights, good wins. Yeah, like that's just the end of the career. It's sad. I hate it, but But this is why we always say, like, you gotta treat your rap career. I'm sorry. You got to treat your boxing career like it's a rap career. Like, you only got a certain window before your buzz go down, or certain fights ain't materialized, or this or that. So you got a
short window of opportunity, and you got to take advantage of it while it's there.
You got to. You can't be turning down interviews and podcasts because you think they beneath you, and you're not as popular as you think you know, bro. Like, all that shit helps. All that shit counts. It's boxing, bro. Like, because you don't know, one day that could be all gone, and then you're gonna wish you made certain connections within the sport and outside of the sport to kind of go on with your career. You don't want to be the guy who all you did is boxing, but your boxing never crossed the mainstream, so only your neighborhood knows about it, type shit, or the era of boxing fans that saw you. Right. And you'll stay right there in that era. It's like, nah.
And let's see, Anthony Manzano, I just read his latest comment. As a boxing fan, for me, I'm kind of shocked that I haven't heard something happen to a boxer like you saw with Junior Seau from the Chargers when he found him in his house after he killed himself. Yeah, I will say this, though. Football, their trauma, I want to say, it's roughly the same. But you're dealing with football players that are probably getting hit far more. Like,
no, it's not. First of all, it's not the same. It's week in, it's week out. It's every play. Every play is a car crash. It's not the same. It's way worse.
I mean, every fucking punch is like a mini crash.
No, it's not a car crash. Because look,
bro,
football. Every play, niggas are running full speed into each other for fucking an hour,
bro, and fucking motherfuckers getting like, the body is not meant to be punched like that. Like, punches, like the fact that we've actually can withstand those blows, like for like minutes and minutes and minutes of just punching someone. The body's not meant for that to happen.
But look, what's worse, running into somebody full speed or taking a punch for somebody?
It's not just
punches. I don't know, nigga. Bro. You gotta hold on. First of all, we got to get some type of parameters when y'all do this. Are we having somebody who's 6 feet, 212 pounds?
No, listen. Say you're a running back, right? 185, 6 feet, or 195, 6 feet, whatever. And you're getting smacked. First of all, your coach doesn't let you run outside because you're not one of them running backs. So you just going straight up the gun. 1 and 2 hole. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. You getting hit by niggas that are 250, 300, smack. Double your size, smack. Straight into the head, straight into the ground. You run into a nigga, you get hit by the nigga, then you get hit by the ground. Then you get trampled by 35 people. You get on the bottom of a pile. Football is way worse when it comes to physical contact like that, nigga.
Yeah, and keep in mind, they only banned niggas body slamming, suplexing niggas on the field not that long ago.
Remember, when I was in high school, crack black blocks was a thing. Like, I used to do them shits all the time. I That was fun.
Yeah,
I couldn't wait for kickoff so I can crack back somebody. That was my shit.
That was the best part of watching football. See niggas get slammed and all types of Farouk Dominator, rock bottom type
until
shit.
Them niggas started dying in their sleep. And then they're like,
it's like that. Wait, hold on.
The football players.
That's the thing. Like, see, y'all had to calm down with the boxing. You can't really calm down nothing in boxing. Like, I don't know. I guess to me personally, I feel it's just too many variables. Because if you're a heavyweight and you're fucking getting hit by niggas who's and you in a gym with heavyweights and you're getting cracked with 250 pounds of niggas hitting you all the time, that's just as bad as a motherfucker damn tackling your ass.
But I will say it still because I mean I would say.
And remember, at least football, you got pads and shit. Like boxing, you got that headgear that don't even do much sometimes. Nothing's protecting your body when niggas is damn throwing shots to your body either.
Yeah, a slip and a parry does, nigga.
But the funny thing is though,
you have to get tackled. It's not like you can score a touchdown every play. You have to get knocked at some point. Boxing, if you're good enough, you won't get hit. Look, ask Floyd. That nigga's perfectly fine.
Nah, Floyd's get fucking hit, bro. Boxing, look, this is in boxing, you will get hit.
Yeah, but you get, but it depends.
Floyd is probably the only boxer with no brain damage, nigga.
No. Floyd no. Floyd has been fighting since he was a kid. Like, see, that's the thing. Like,
y'all don't look at the training. Just how in football training, how you could get cracked and hurt in football training. Same thing happens with boxing.
Yeah,
like that's why some niggas don't want to even be in the gym all year because they train so hard in those 6 to 8 weeks when they have a fight. It takes so much on them that as soon as that fight's over, it's like, fuck it. Let me get in the club. Let me get drinks. Let me smoke this. Let me shoot this. Let me do this.
Yeah, no. There are better examples of someone who, other than Floyd, of someone who doesn't have damage and who had more like a George Foreman. George Foreman had a punishing career, but he's still lucid in his old age. That's
inarticulate as fuck. And see, Floyd never been the most articulate nigga either. That's like, a bad.
Like even Wilder, his last 5 fights were like the ones where he got beat the most.
Yeah. Well, let's say in boxing,
management on that, nigga.
Well, in boxing, it only takes really one fight. With Floyd, though, like if you hear him talking about, Floyd does have like stutters and tics, like like he's not like. If you fight professionally 10 years, you have some degree of brain damage. I know this because, like I say, I've been around some of these cats. They do have some, like it could be minor. They could they could talk to you and like that, but in private it might be a little bit different. It's like they do have some sort of damage. But Floyd, I mean, obviously Floyd's philosophy is like to hit and not get hit. So he may have less damage, but to say that he's like damage free, he's not. He's absolutely not.
Because there's some niggas who got hit way more than Floyd who show less signs.
I mean, look. Like Floyd was taught by, was trained in boxing by his father and Roger Mayweather. Roger Mayweather, before he died, was in a fog, and now Floyd Sr. has dementia. Like,
you can't even understand what Floyd Sr. says. I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but goddamn, you can't. Yeah, he's on that. James Toney, Tommy Hearns fucking language. No offense, Chuck.
Yeah, so
no, we know it's the truth. It's the cold hard truth. Like, I mean, I idolize these guys like James Toney. Like, they the dudes. Like, so, but yeah, it's sad. That's why we always practice. We always try to like preach defense and taking care of yourself and making the most out of your career because it could be all gone one fight. You always a punch away from it being all over.
Yeah, exactly. And again, most boxers are built different. Some boxers, like a Foreman, they can fight 81 pro fights, fight 20-something years, and they still be lucid as fuck. And then some can be like fucking David Reed, who got damaged in one fight, and if you see him now, it's like night and day. Like he speaks in halts, like he has to really think about what he says now because he got too damaged, and he only fought like 19 fights. So it's like it varies from different boxer, but rule of thumb is you can't get hit in the head repeatedly and think you're gonna come out like unscathed like that.
Especially if you don't know, especially if you get hit clean in the head, like you got the chin up, you getting rocked.
Anthony said Oscar doesn't really show signs of brain damage, and he fought. I thought he took a lot of punishment. Oscar
cold counterback, that's it, man.
I know. Oscar is. I mean, number one, Oscar was a good boxer. Oscar had underrated defense. I wouldn't say he was warring all the time, but he did. He had hard fights. Yeah, sure, but
he took enough punches to where, like, if he was speaking a certain way, we wouldn't be surprised. I'll say that. So I get what Anthony's saying though, but his defense is underrated when you look at it, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is though. But yeah, it's just with football players. I mean, I get like you don't have a lot of football players like excuse me, you don't have a lot of boxers kind of spazzing out like because unfortunately the whole thing with football players is they were killing themselves. Like it was like either they were like overdosing or taking the gun to themselves or getting into weird accidents and stuff like that. It's and whereas boxers it's just mostly like motor issues. Like you can tell like either like how they talk or how they move. Like it's like I think that's where most of the damage. I mean, even with Muhammad Ali mentally was sound, but the Parkinson's, it got him. It affected his motor skill because the part of the brain that got that damage was
that Shavers fight is the one that really just sent it to a whole nother level.
I mean,
damn, that fight was fucking good though.
Truthfully, it might be a science too, because I mean, Anthony's like, because most boxers aren't out there, killing themselves like that. Some of them are just they have their motor skills or they slur their speech for the most part. Football players, they speak clear, but they are they do erratic things. It's the there might be a science of like what parts of the brain or whatever get affected by these hits and stuff like that, but. Football players do like they it's full body trauma. Like they get slammed on the field. They get hit by niggas that are 200 pounds heavier than them. There's a whole bunch of shit.
yeah. Football definitely up there. Fuck that.
Yeah. Let's see, Anthony, Pat. What are your thoughts on my last comment about Canelo? Yeah. Okay. This is where I give Canelo a ton of respect. He became a professional at 13 years old. I mean, he turned 13 years old because he had they were poor. It happens. Like I mean, he's not the only boxer that's turned pro that young. Like Barrera did, I think Morales did, Margarito did, they all did.
Devin Haney did.
Yeah, Devin Haney absolutely did. You know what I'm saying? Like Wilfred Benitez did. Like it's or Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Canelo ain't special. Fuck him.
Yeah.
What the fuck he doing now that's special? Pissing me off? Making me do goddamn songs about his dumb ass?
Oh man, no, but yeah, no, yeah. It's just like I said, it's just Lopez. Like I just hope that he made enough bread that he can kind of go into a different line of work or just chill out. But yeah, like this boxing, like leave that alone. Like your defense is not gonna magically improve where you're not gonna catch a shot and then
facts.
Yeah, if Angelo Leo, who's not a heavy puncher, can lay you out like that, there are a lot of heavier punches walking around featherweight or super featherweight that could do the same.
Yeah. And remember, the way you get hit affects your overall health meter. Like Lopez is a guy who he got hit enough where I don't think he ever had really a full green bar going in this. His shit was like light. His shit was more like yellow. Yeah. And then you giving it a good and Leo's not Leo could crack. He's not no damn small puncher. Like Leo's maybe like a 7 type of puncher level.
I think it was still green, but it wasn't like full health green. It was like the green where one good shot and it turns to yellow. And then
like it was like the lightest neon green you could find.
One haymaker might send it to red.
Hey, honestly, yeah, I would agree with that because if you notice, like the fight was so hard that he started with the light green, and then that shit by the third round was like yellow, orange.
Yeah.
But yeah, we not making it trivial. It's just it is. It's just the game, yo.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fucking game, man.
Yeah,
you can't play boxing.
Yeah, I mean, it can happen to anyone. Like Superman, it happened to Superman. It happened to Abu Salam.
I'm a Superman fan, bro. Like that shit hurt.
Yeah, no, that shit. Like, I mean, Superman. Like, I mean, at the time he wasn't making the right moves, but he didn't deserve what he got. Eventually, like, that was horrible.
Come on, you got to throw that in. Like, what right move? God damn, bro. Jeez. Because Pat will let his displeasure go.
Well, no,
every time.
I dug the Vosdick and the Jack fights, but I'm not gonna there are other things that his other decisions
That made up for it. Shit, damn, give the man a break. God, it's like that's like when what's that Kali thread where that one dude died, like he got curved by Jasmine Sullivan even in the afterlife type shit. Like I was like, oh my God, like yo, just say R.I.P. bitch. Why you bringing up? He tried to holler and you showing messages and like, damn, ho, like that's Pat. Like, yeah, he was a world champion boxer, ring champ, but he did a few career mistakes, but we won't talk about that. But we do want to honor his career today, folks. Like, nigga, chill, bro. Don't let this nigga do the speech. Like, yeah, we want to honor Shuttleworth, GOAT artist,
Wait, who the hell is
late
Superman?
motherfucker.
You mean Adonis Stevenson?
Adonis Stevenson, Anthony. Yeah, no, he
Who the hell is Superman? I haven't heard that name in boxing before. Oh, bro, dude, man, I'm gonna have to upload the damn Superman. I did a whole bars and boxing. That might have to be the throwback, like the whole Superman. That was one of the early bars and boxing. Prolific did the whole video, like all the highlights,
all the Superman knockouts and shit
over the fucking Superman, because fucking Clanarchy, he flipped the fucking Superman beat, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Like, nigga, y'all ain't fucking. Like, no one fucking with Ring Gang. And I'll say this too. Like, fuck this. Like I know niggas like all the damn boxing Twitter awards and all that shit, but real talk, like Ring Gang, we're like the Bone Thugs and Harmony of boxing Twitter. Like, we don't be all up in niggas' faces and spaces and smiling and talking up to everybody. Like, niggas fuck with us, niggas respect us because they know what we do, but we don't be playing the industry part. We don't be trying to kiss ass to niggas and be gossiping and all that. We don't do that shit. So certain shit, you don't see us on lists for when niggas be like, oh, boxing Twitter list, who's this influential? And you see a list of niggas and you're like, hold on, all these niggas just do the same thing. Wait, they interview guys. They go to fights. They got a podcast. They write articles. Wait, hold on. Them Ring Gang niggas do all of that too. And they also, hold on, they doing cooking shows, live stream training. Oh, they rapping. They doing prediction videos. They got this. God damn, cartoons. Like, what the? Yo, why y'all don't mention these niggas? Like, who compete with it? You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's what, and that's why I say Bone Thugs.
Because we're not kissing ass.
Like, yeah, like that's why. Because Bone. If you ever heard the rumors back in the day, like Bone Thugs, they used to be high at events. Like, niggas ain't fuck with them at events and shit. Like, yeah, they weren't the people winning awards and be smiling up at people's faces. They super popular, but they weren't on that industry shit. And that's how Ring Gang is. So, don't expect to see us out there all the time. You just gonna see us when you see us.
Yeah, we're not out here clout chasing. We're not out here looking for people's love and affection and all that shit.
And approval and shit. Like we doing us. Like, we ain't ass kissing niggas to be on lists and to be like, oh, hold on, we ain't trolling motherfuckers. Like, that Ring Gang account, them be some real ass fucking tweets.
Facts.
Not just saying stupid shit. This should be like, all right, hold on, let me see if I can get 15 retweets off of this. Like, nah. So it take longer to grow when you do things the right way, man.
Yo, straight up facts, yo. But yeah, just to kind of segue into, like, I know next weekend we're kind of light on boxing. Like, I mean, obviously, if you like Floyd Mayweather's exhibitions, as we mentioned him earlier, he has a whole one on Saturday and whatnot. Just wanted to mention that out there. But however, Pro Box though does have a somewhat intriguing crossroads fights featuring two guys that basically made their reputations on PBC cards. They're also former unified champions at 154, aka the GOAT division in boxing. We're talking about, of course, Jarrett Swift Hurd and Jason Banana Rosario. And one of these two is, like, I think Pro Box definitely has a beat on these type of crossroads fights in a way. Because, I mean, obviously the last time you kind of saw these guys on actual TV they were both getting stopped in various fashion. Like, Jarrett Hurd got stopped in an upset because he got a cut in his mouth that was just absolutely disgusting. Like, that shit had a life of its own. And Rosario, for some reason, his punch resistance just went bye-bye, like fast. Like, I don't know what it is, too. And it went bye-bye in a way because it's so fast, like, you're like, and it's not like dude had wars either. It's just, now I don't know what it is with that dude, but one gets hit too much. The other one doesn't he crumbles at like the first real serious punch he gets.
One nigga gets hit too much and the other nigga can't get hit at all. Like,
yeah.
it's like, why are we watching this? Like, why is this a fight? like how you like? What's your mutant power? I can't get hit. Not even once. No, nigga, not even once. Like, what's your power? I get hit too much. Like, what? Nah. But I'll say this: with Lopez hopefully retiring, Rosario now has like the worst damn nickname in boxing. Because what the fuck is Banana?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's all about too. Like, obviously it has a lot of false connotations behind it and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
There's nobody announcers be like the Banana. They announce this nigga's name. Like, get the fuck out of here, yo.
Hold on, wait,
Pat,
what other nicknames does Adonis Stevenson have?
That sounds like racist because, like, oh well, he banana. He came off a banana boat. Like, god damn, what
the banana villain.
And that's probably the non-pause explanation.
Because I don't remember Adonis Stevenson going by anything else but Superman.
He never had any other nicknames. Superman Stevenson. That's how he's always gone by.
Yeah.
Now he's a super banana man.
Oh, God.
yeah, man. Like, I mean, check his box track. He might have something from his first 3 fights or some shit, but I can't remember anything else other than Superman. Like,
exactly. That's what I mean.
And I'm talking about going to like, what's that one dude he lost, but he rematched him on what's that, Darnell Boone?
Yeah, it was Darnell Boone.
Yeah, like going back to back then type shit. Like,
yeah. But at least with Hurd. Obviously with Hurd, I know he's had a lot going on. His father died, and all these wars. Because keep in mind we've been on this since 2018, so we have Hurd episodes, and a lot of those episodes with Hurd, you hear us say that Hurd is taking too much punishment. He's taking too many punches.
Hurd was the first Ring Gang episode, so
exactly.
We're familiar with Hurd. Like I finally got the Hurd Charlo poster hanging up in my room. So like,
yeah,
that's why we don't want to see him be getting beat up and all this shit. Like we always rooted for him, but it's like the game's the game.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, like I said, when you get into constant wars, you try to walk through niggas constantly. Eventually shit's gonna catch up to you, and it caught to him quick. Cause no one expected him to beat Laura at Unify the Belts and then get handled by J-Rock, and then J-Rock is 1 and done 2 against Rosario. Rosario beat him like a drum.
The J-Rock upset, was 2019, one of the better fights, but that kind of kicked off to me the hometown curse, because that was a fight, where Hurd was, bought back in a Baltimore, DC, right?
It was like Maryland or whatever.
Maryland, yeah.
And all I remember too is that motherfucker was wearing some punk ass Washington Redskins colors and shit like that. And
yeah. He got dropped in that fight, right? Didn't J-Rock drop him?
Yeah, J-Rock beat the shit out of him.
J-Rock did have the greatest post fight, when he was crying, pouring out his soul about, taking an L. Like that was a beautiful post fight, But after that, he ended up, losing his title in Philly. So Philly, right? Wasn't J-Rock in Philly, right?
Yeah.
Remember the word on the street was, or not so in every word, but going by the whole bread mailbag and shit, like he started getting a big head and the entourage got a little bigger. Different dudes who weren't there before started getting in his ear, and then
this big random Dominican Rosario looking like a big that was like to a lesser degree the Munguia and Saddam Ali, just a big random fucking foreigner just coming out of nowhere and just bodying a dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
random.
the
as fuck.
Rosario lit him. No, hold on. When that was 2020, right?
That was 2020. Yeah, that was like right before the pandemic hit.
Yeah, because I remember I was like, that was an early fight too.
Yeah.
Like I ain't gonna lie, 2020 was no lie. 2020 was shaping up to be 2019 part 2.
Yeah, no, yeah,
But the
especially
fucking pandemic killed it.
yeah, like I remember there was so many cards. The Zone had cards lined up. Top Rank had cards with Monster lined up. You know, it's just like they had one
PBC,
card-
like shit was lying to like, because look at the fights we were getting earlier in the year, nigga. Like,
yeah,
even the Kalnaki,
Hellenius fight.
Hellenius, we even had Wilder Wilder Fury, like,
Yeah, that was 2. Yeah.
yeah, February, yeah. So it's like it's crazy. Like it's almost like, and then remember the mega card I was at, like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, damn, 2020 get
Yeah,
lost in
like,
the sauce.
There was more too, because I remember there was so many cards that were getting canceled that I was getting ready to go to. Like I already filled out the forms. I'm like, okay, I'm going to this Monster fight. Then I'm gonna go try to see Hooker and Prograis. Then I'm gonna go to this quadruple header with Golden Boy that had all those fire ass title fights. You know,
Yeah.
I was ready. Like I was literally ready to go to all these fights, and they all got canceled, or they all went to close like Reno shit. But yeah, no, 2020 was you know, yeah, it was unfortunate. It's just like, you know, it's kind of unfortunate that Herder Rosario, like now, I mean, I get it, you know, it gives him exposure, but it's gonna be like, because Rosario, even for all his faults with his punch resistance, can absolutely punch, and he can combination punch too. On top of that, like he can absolutely let loose paws on Herd, and Herd is like, you know, is he gonna bully the guy? You know, I mean, they both can put away each other. There's no question about that. It's gonna be basically whose weakness is gonna be like, you know, whose weakness is gonna be like the true weakness. Like, because I mean, either way, whoever loses is probably looking at retirement. Rosario more than Herd, really, you know, because Rosario's just, you know,
Well, yeah, the guy who can't get hit once.
yeah.
I think he's closer to retirement than the guy who gets hit too much. But one thing I'll say, there's a difference with Herd. I know, because like we always preach defense, but Herd gets hit too much, just like Lopez did.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference with Herd is taking the punches flush straight on, and a lot of times he low key braces for the shot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's different. It's still bad to get punched in the face and you're like this, and you're getting braced. Yeah, you're still getting hit, nigga. But it's different when you see it. You're braced and you're coming forward for it, chin down. You could shit like that. Mm-hmm. Lopez and guys like Rolly are the dudes who they're getting hit with their chin up, leaning back. Same thing with Anderson. And when you're getting hit like that, you can't brace for that shit. So you can't even do a last split second brace. And it's like your brain is like literally floating. So it's like you just can't, like, it's your body's looser and you're getting hit like that. Nah, like, So yeah, that's what kind of make it worse. But both is bad, but one person's gonna take more damage getting hit like that than the other person.
Right.
And you'll see them get knocked out more too as well, because they're already going back, and it's like you could get short circuit. A guy like Herd, you might could drop him, but you'd have to be one of these sharpshooter, in a way level type of puncher to knock him out cold.
Right. You know, because even though he got stopped because basically, you know, dude was able to inflict the nasty cut in his mouth. You know, whereas when Herd went down because he got caught with a shot, you know, like behind his ear or some shit like that. And it was like, and you know, and he probably wasn't expecting to get hit there, and his body just went like, you know, an
equilibrium shot get the best of us. Like, but he's gonna take most shots. Like, the only way you're gonna drop him, Herd, is like maybe with an uppercut left hook that he don't see. But yeah, same thing like a guy like Brandon Rios. Like you're not dropping Brandon Rios like that.
Yeah.
Like those is different type, but those even the guys who are even how bad type nigga, you'll drop him all the time. Like all that chin up,
movement.
getting hit.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I mean, we could either first things too. It's like, sickeningly, you could probably get a fight of the year candidate out of these two, depending on how much they really want it, because, like I said, they both can punch. You know, and it depends too whether her wants to get beat on or Rosario is like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna win another fight in America instead of in the Dominican Republic, you know, because
this is like a Chisora Joe Joyce level fight of the year type of fight.
Yeah, and that's and it really shouldn't be too. It just really said how far like these guys were both These guys were once the number one. These guys were number one fighters in their division. Like, you know, it's you know, and then of course they're casualties of how brutal 154 is, because 154 is, and her did a lot of heavy lifting. He actually unified those belts, you know. So it's like he did, like, and you know, and I think he paid for he got the consequences from doing that, you know. But yeah, those two were the reason why 154 has the reputation it has today, because they got supplanted just as soon as they actually became like the number one fighter in that divisions. I mean, her was damn near like a lower half pound for pound top 10 candidate for a minute.
Yeah, you got to remember, beating Tony Harrison, beating Austin Trout, and then beating Laura, like that's a good 3-name run, bro. Like, you got to go back to fucking like 2004 Glenn Johnson for that type of run. Like,
yeah,
like Clinton Woods, Roy Jones, Antonio Tarver, all in 1 year.
Yeah,
nigga, like who's doing that now? Like, come on.
Yeah.
The Clyde.
Yeah, no, yeah, her was special. So in terms of predictions, so what are you guys thinking? Do you thinking that Hurd gets the victory, or Rosario probably has him thinking about retirement?
Well, I mean, the one guy already retired and he's coming out of retirement. So I don't know. I'm going with her.
What round?
Late. Well, how many rounds is this fight?
It's 10.
I could see this going the distance, or maybe late. I go like 7th round.
Yeah. Yeah, if it goes a distance, it better be a slugfest.
Yeah, I got Rosario by decision.
Oh, that is. I mean, funny things too is like if Luis Arias can beat this dude by decision, Rosario probably can do it too. That's the unfortunate thing. And I can see that too. I mean, I think her will knock out Rosario. I think it'll probably take him maybe 3 rounds to do it. You know. I want to pick Rosario, but because Rosario is like the better puncher, but Rosario, you know, dude be having some weird reactions to some shots. Like motherfucker I still can't forget he got jabbed in the stomach, and this motherfucker looked like
crazy.
He was about to die.
Joshua O said he remember when Shuttleworth said Hurd could be Triple G.
On a 2018 podcast, you're gonna have to pull up that podcast, fam. Like, I don't remember saying that. I mean, I probably said it was a good fight. He is possible that he could, but I don't think I would ever pick Hurd to beat Triple G in a fight.
Especially not in 2018. Like
damn.
Yeah, like I would absolutely remember that. I'd be saying, damn, LB, you smoking the blunt? You smoked that blunt hard that day.
Yeah, what the hell did Hurd do for me to even say something, like even put that together? Like that must have been on some. Well, yeah, I'd pick Hurd to beat Triple G if he beats J Rock and then he goes to unify with Charlo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of niggas will probably pick him to beat Triple G after that.
Mm-hmm.
If it was said like that, then yeah, I probably would say that. But then I don't think I'd be alone. We could do a Twitter poll now. If Hurd never loses to J Rock and beats Jamel Charlo, would you pick him to beat Triple G in 2018? I know there's niggas out there who would say that. Like fuck yeah. Fuck Triple G. But yeah, shout out to Joshua O. Salute. And yeah, those nicknames are horrible. I seen Cornflake and Guo. Matt and Anthony, thanks for the Rosario origin story. The trainers would always say that his footwork was so slick that it made his training partners feel like they were slipping on banana peels. Yo, man, look, trainers, when y'all give y'all students a nickname, you gotta make sure that nickname sticks with them into their whole career, even when they evolve and shit. Because Rosario does not move slick to me at all.
Not at all.
Robert Guerrero, the Ghost, dude was a ghost for like maybe 17 fights.
Yeah, facts.
And then turned into one of the most hittable guys ever. Like,
yeah, he was a ghost until Pac-Man turned him blue, and now he was running away.
like, oh my God, like it sounds just weird when Robert the Ghost Guerrero. I gotta refer to Ghost, like the most hittable. Like, you're not supposed to throw a damn steel chair at Casper and he see you in a room.
Facts.
But apparently, if Robert's the Ghost, you could, and you'll land. For some reason, the chair won't even hit the fucking ground. You feel that shit really hit a body, like, oh damn, like motherfucker got hit. but yeah, like don't be calling no nigga banana, like, and he make niggas slip. I don't see this shit in the pros, like no semblance of it, like
not one.
Like, nah, you gotta have better fucking nickname. That's like, that's just too lazy. Like, nah.
I was trying to look for the Herd Rosario fight, but I guess they don't have it up on DraftKings or FanDuel yet. Also, because I would probably put something on it. I just want to just see what those odds are gonna be like, But
yeah, this a tricky one because I could feel like it's either gonna be a Herd knockout or Rosario decision.
Right.
Because Herd, once he starts fighting behind you, it's hard for him to come back like at this level now. Like,
I mean, I know Herd's been saying too, if he does lose to Rosario, that's probably going to be it. And then Rosario, like, I know Rosario's. This is probably his last chance because, like I said, every time dude was on PBC TV after the title win, he was losing. Like, he lost to.
Probably need to be a double knockout then.
What's that?
We probably need to see a double knockout and everybody kind of wins.
Probably.
Like both y'all niggas could retire. We don't see y'all no more. Like, it's better for y'all careers and health. Like, yeah. Because all this, just imagine these niggas give us a fight of the year that we should have gotten 5 years ago, and then somebody wins, or it's a fucking draw, and then these niggas run it back, or somebody else like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go on my title shot now. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to see nobody hurt, man.
Because this is like one of the rare times we've actually done a preview for a pro box fight, but it's just like you have these guys that were named fighters in their divisions and they were on TV for a long time, and now they're throwing them together on a different platform, not even on so that's why it's just like it's notable, and of course they're doing it on a week that is pretty quiet with fights. So
it needed to be a Friday night fight, not a fucking Wednesday.
But I mean, I know there's been other news out there, and I mean, I guess I'll let P take over with doing like the poll, and then talk about the origin of the poll.
Let Pilot do it. Pilot's the one that.
Oh, Pilot. Okay, Pilot, you do that.
This nigga, hold on.
What do you mean, nigga? It was your idea.
So we did ask, due to some rumors, the rumor mill, boxing and the rumor mills always coincide with one another, go hand to hand, go back like baby, car seats and spinal cords. But we did ask, obviously there's rumors of Shakur and Tank, which is a fight that's not going to happen this year. But their prospective opponents have brewed some controversy. So we did ask, between these two fighters, which opponent is a better, opponent for Shakur and Tank Davis, obviously. It was between Jose El Rayo Valenzuela and Joe Cordina. We got 39 votes, 6 days left, with overwhelming 87% for El Rayo, the 140 WBA champion, and 13% for the guy that just got stopped by a non-puncher at 130 pounds, Joe Cordina. I think it was an obvious one, but fanboys are gonna fanboy and make their talking points. So
Yeah, because I mean, you were talking about on your server that people were going crazy, that people were annoying you over that shit.
Yeah, everybody has their because Shakur Tank, when the line's divided, they're gonna prop their opponents up. So I just thought maybe. Obviously, I think
we know damn well Cordina is the worst name, bro.
What do you say?
Cordina is the worst name. Cordina.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like either fight. That's just me. Like,
we know, Mister. I hate PBC.
Yeah, no, I just can't. I told you before, like if I see a pattern that I don't like and it keeps repeating, it annoys the fuck out of me. So yeah,
PBC at me chastising damn PBC.
Yeah, I can't do no 140. Like Rayo should not be fighting Tank. For this, it's like come on, like
Who you want Rayo to fight then, bro?
It devalues number one. It's like Tank doesn't have any other fights. Which is
I'm saying not Tank. Who should Rayo fight? To me, honestly, Tank and Shakur Stevenson should fight.
Oh yeah, no, there's no question. Like
that's the fight. Like the boxing gods open up the skies for because Lomachenko did some whole shit with the ducking. Like this shit, he finally gets one of the biggest fights of the year. He gets a title, get a big fight opportunity, and he wants to fucking chill out. Like, no, fuck out of here. That's ducking. That's some bullshit. You think you gonna get knocked out? You acting scary, nigga. Fuck that shit. So, and then you got Shakur Stevenson right there with Tank. Like, yo, y'all niggas ain't got nothing officially lined up. Make the fight, but now. I'm hearing look like Shakur Stevenson signed with Matchroom for a 1-fight deal.
Right. Which is trash because Joe Cordina got brutalized in an upset. He's the victim of one of the biggest upsets this year so far. And
his last fight, against the guy that quote unquote robbed Ray Ford, Vasquez, you could say he lost that fight, the Monaco Matchroom fight. The one before that fight, the
one before that fight, yeah. With Vasquez, yeah.
Venezuela versus damn Cordina, man. Rayo would beat the shit out of Cordina. That's still a bad fight. Like Cordina is just a bad fight for anybody right now.
Yeah, like
I know it adds fuel to
especially if they're at 135 or 140.
I know it adds fuel to Pat's 140. The PBC WBA 140 bullshit. It's true, but it does make Tank. El Rayo did have a semi-impressive performance, won a 140 belt. So Tank obviously
he got 2 Colbert wins and then now the Pitbull win. Like, damn, what else he need to do?
So Tank obviously, going 3 division champ most likely, but I'm not saying Arroyo's not a live dog in this. Tank would be the overwhelming favorite, but it's a better fight overall because in terms of, Arroyo's more. You could say El Rayo is definitely more dangerous than Cordina, right? I mean.
Yeah, because
he just more everything, more better, more dangerous, more everything.
Yeah,
and shouts out to his trainers. Ever since he went to Robert Garcia, he's looked like he's improved. And Robert Garcia might win Trainer of the Year this year, win or lose. If the fight does happen November 2nd or whatever, Robert Garcia is going to finally get his Trainer of the Year. He's had a great year.
Yeah, it's just like I just want these guys to fight the right competition in their divisions. Cordina should not be dragged up from 130. Although I know that it's he said he's gonna move up, but he should not be. You get brutalized. You should not be moved up into a title shot. It's the same nonsense with the whole thing with Spence and Fedor. Spence should be getting a title shot, and he got brutally knocked out. So it's just like this. This is the type of shit like. That shouldn't be. Like I said, Shakur already had to deal with the Frank Martin. At least with Frank Martin, Frank Martin when he beat Artem, like although it was a close fight, it was like okay, the separation or whatever. But there's no excuse for Shakur to fight Cordina like at all. Like Cordina needs a serious rebuild right now. Like, you know,
And they are saying, Zepeda will be in February, maybe on a match from Golden Boy 5-on-5 or something. Zepeda versus Shakur, because I guess Zepeda has a kid, so he's
that should. Oh, Zepeda, yeah, but truthfully, let's say it's just like Zepeda. I mean, I get it. I mean, he said if he has a kid or whatever, but it's just like, this is an opportunity. Like, they needed to make the fights happen when they need to happen, because Shakur can't be just taking some old bullshit. Just like that, because Cordina is a lighter puncher than him. So that's one of the reason why. And style-wise, it's not going to make a good fight to watch. Like, I mean,
yeah, they're gonna like Shakur Stevenson, unless they're trying to make this another showcase fight for him to get a knockout, and he might very well knock dude out. It just, you're knocking out a smaller guy that we didn't think could beat you anyway.
Right. And if he doesn't knock Cordina out, it's gonna get more. Then it's gonna get worse.
Yeah,
like,
even worse.
Yeah. That's the thing. And of course, like I said, the rails. It's like I'm just tired of, a 140 champion for WWE. They're dragging up someone from a lower division. Like, it's like 3 champions in a row. 3. It's like they gotta stop that bullshit. Like, they gotta fight somebody at their and that's actually putting in the work in their actual division.
I mean, again, that does make.
Well, Tank fought at 140 before, so
it does make Tank a legit, because the way he beat Barrios, who's a welterweight champion right now of WBC, it does make Tank a true 140, a true 3-division champ. So,
but the problem was when Tank got that GameStop belt, Josh Taylor was still there. Josh Taylor was the number 1 guy, and he didn't bother to even go after him. That's the thing. It's like you gotta do that. You gotta go after.
The Josh Taylor had his own shit going on.
You know how it goes, man.
You gotta go after Josh Taylor.
But Pat, I'm not saying you're being obtuse, but you know what it is. You know what the vibe is. You know what it is.
He low key is. It's like, come on, bro.
And it doesn't mean I have to like it. And I see the pattern. And I keep calling it out. If I keep calling it out, I told you I don't like shit like that.
No, I feel it. I mean, I feel it.
Yeah, no, I'm hard line. Like, I don't like seeing that shit. I don't like. You gotta stop dragging. You gotta stop dragging motherfuckers up that don't need to be dragged up or anything like that. And this goes for both Shakur and Shakur or Tank going up and just jumping around. Like, if you're gonna pick up a 140 belt, you better stay there and defend that shit instead of it's just like
we just want big fights, bro. We just want good fights. Look, I don't care. He can jump around long as they're good names. Jump around, but if you're not gonna fight good names, it just look like you're avoiding niggas. So nah. Rayo's quality, and Rayo earned the fight, so I ain't got no problem with it. But I'd rather see Tank and Shakur just because, I think that's a worse looking fight. It's better for the sport if we got that fight next, but
easy.
How the sport does it.
Yeah, because because right now it's already approaching that type of like buzz that you get from Spencer and Crawford in terms of people are really picking sides and shit like that.
Yeah, the marinations there ain't gonna. I mean, again, Shakur is not really the most quote unquote exciting fighter. We get it how skilled he is, but
Tank Shakur could always happen. If these guys stay undefeated, like next year it's probably a bigger fight, but it's one of those fights where I think it can happen anytime, but it needs to happen between now and next year.
Right.
So I can't say it's over marinating or anything because the names really just started aligning this year. But
because Shakur, you don't want Shakur to start outgrowing his division again, and then he goes up to fucking welterweight or some shit like that. I
mean, if Tank does knock Shakur out, I know they're going to use the drained excuse, even though Tank's been at 135 longer. But I already know what the vibe is, but I want to see the fight. I want to see it. The Shakur situation is, he signed a quote unquote one fight deal with Eddie. Again, I think his Zepeda fights next if he gets past Cordina, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's boxing for you.
That's February, bro. February seems so long from now.
It do.
Like you know what it is? Like, to be honest, like if you look at action and the type of fights, when y'all get to see the Bars and Boxing video Yeah, y'all see the highlights of the boxing fights that happened this year.
Mhm.
It's not really bad. It just we don't have the name. The big names aren't giving us the good, exciting fights. That's the only real difference. Because there's been some fades this year, but they haven't been attached to the elites and superstars and the top threes and shit. That's what's kind of missing from this year. Like a few of them getting down, but not enough where it's elevating the whole sport. Like,
yeah, I mean, one day we will have. It seems like it's always 1 year we have a whole bunch of them, and then next year it's the B levels. I mean, it was the same last year too with the B levels. I'm sure of it. So
yeah, and that's happening too much, man. Like niggas is B level because they're B level. Like A level need to show niggas we're A level because we give you A level performances, A level excitement.
the problem is the A level fights from last year were all one sided as fuck. So that's
yeah, they tried, but like this year niggas need to get it together. Like,
yeah, they do, and it's just like first they need to get made first. That's the one thing they need. To do.
That gotta happen because everybody look like they trying to plan for next year, and it's like just like how it got to a point in 2022 where niggas was just like, well, shit, next year, and we're like,
Mm-hmm.
and then now we're in 2024, and they just feel like niggas is like next year, like what is it about the fucking even years that niggas don't want to make big fights in? What is that? The odd year, a motherfucker make a good fight. Niggas be making fights in the odd years.
Yeah.
If you look at it, 2019, like 2020 is about the only year I can remember where niggas was really starting to make big fights, and then just the world ended type shit.
Yeah, I mean, 2013 was a monster year too. You know, so it's like, yeah, and that was an odd year.
It's
so
the
yeah,
odd years, bro. The even years don't be hitting like that. Like they'll hit a little bit, but not overall like them odd years hit.
Yeah, even 2017, the first half of 2017 had wars before it cooled off. It was just like, yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's just funny how that
2018 came and it was like, I think what you had the Wilder Fury, you had Canelo Golovkin, but I'm trying to think what else stood out 2018. Like the fucking odd, them even years, man.
Yeah, it's just the odd numbers. It's just like, yeah, that's when niggas decide, okay, yeah, we about to go to war. So 2025, sure, you know, we'll have a whole shitload of fight of the year candidates, man. Yeah, and funny thing, I don't want to go on no 2019 rant, but you know, you kind of see the proof is in the damn pudding. You know what I mean? So
facts. Like, wasn't Roman what's that?
Joe Haney, yep.
That was 2019 too, right? Yeah.
Sure. That was a co-main too. I think like who's the is it Chocolatito and let's see who's that undercard? They were a co-main to somebody. I think it was the
Chocolatito. It was a co-main to somebody, but god damn it, that fight was good. Shit. Fight of the that was the fight of the year candidate in a year full of fight of the year candidates. Like if that fight happened this year, that's a fight of the year. That'd be number one.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So it was the co-main to Sor Rungvisai and Estrada. Yeah, that's what I remember. I was like, I knew
this. Yeah, that was a good fucking. Damn, the zone fell off. What the fuck? And what happened to Lee Wood?
2019.
The zone only had a rollout. Really, they didn't really have nothing to sustain, nigga.
No. 2019, the zone, like if you it's for 2019, if you
we was eating good with the zone in 2019 and 2020, like
like they had like half of the fight of the year list was from the zone alone. Like the best fight of the year was from the zone in 2019. Like they had
several fight of the years from like they had the Inoue Donaire, Golovkin, Derevyanchenko.
Yep. Prograde,
Ramirez, Dehaney, Roman,
Prograde, Taylor, like
Prograde. Nigga, that's like we just named like what 5 or 6.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
PBC gave you fucking what the fuck they give us?
They gave
Spence
Peterson and
Porter,
Lipinets. Yeah.
Peterson,
Yes.
Lipinets, Hurd, J Rock. Oh, hold on, wait. And the zone also gave us Ruiz Joshua.
Yeah. And also
And Pursuing Taylor,
yeah,
nigga.
Taylor Posoon, yeah.
Yo, the zone literally had 10 fights in a year, bro. You can literally make a case for like maybe eight fight of the years came from the zone in 2019.
Yeah, the zone was, and that was after they were just kind of getting their foot in for 2018, and afterwards they hit that floor running in 2019. The pandemic,
Yeah, them niggas had like a cannabis in the 98 year, no, a DMX. One of them niggas years back then, they were just killing everything. We were like, oh shit, when the album dropped.
The pandemic affected them more than any of the others because the zone had like between Golden Boy and Matchroom, they actually had like cards lined up. Like I was ready to go to some of them.
All that motion, and they couldn't give Andre the big fight.
Yeah, that's probably one of the few things they did wrong.
Yeah, like god damn, how y'all the fucking they just wow, just. But yeah, enough of that, man. But yeah, just boxing need to do better. Like the old face of boxing, I'm done with that. It's back to the damn the fight for boxing. Like it's no more like the fight of boxing is the faces of boxing fighting each other.
Facts.
So we not focusing on the damn face of boxing. The fight of boxing and right now the fights for boxing, none of them seem like they're on the horizon at all.
No, some are made, but they're not. I mean, even like
literally no. Look. I'm talking about the transcendent super fights that everyone. I'm talking about
there are none.
Is Canelo. It looked like we'll never get that.
There are none, bro. Like there are none that
there's none on the horizon. Yeah. We're not getting Shakur Stevenson and Tank right now. Yeah, that's another fight for boxing.
The only one is Better Beef and Bivol. That's the only one.
The only one, but let's just be honest. It's not one of those. And I wish they look. In any other era, that fight would be promoted like a mainstream big fight. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry for this era because that is a big mainstream fight. And it's a crazy fight. It's a legacy defining fight, but it won't get promoted and treated as such. So it's hard for me to put it on the same level as a Canelo Benavidez, even though it's every bit the goodest fight, better fight. It's a better fight than Tank Shakur Stevenson, but Tank Shakur Stevenson is a bigger fight for boxing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But Better Be Bivol is right there. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, the light heavyweight, they don't promote that shit. Like it just, god damn, like fuck it. I'm gonna just say because and I be always like interacting with Android. Shout out to Android. I know he was in the chat earlier, but we always be just talking about like certain things. It's like the certain fights are coming, and there's no buzz. Like Better Be Bivol is like 8 weeks away, and there's like no little bubble, no little buzzing for it. The Undisputed game, the first boxing game in like 10, 12 years coming out, or 14, whatever the fuck. It's just a long fucking time.
Right.
There's no buzz for that. Like, so it's like a lot of shit just kind of looking like it kind of just like die. Like boxing, like somebody needs to step up and make some noise in boxing right now. It's like kind of quiet. Mm-hmm. So that's what I kind of want to see right now. Like, I'm good not to see I don't need no more Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia discourse. I don't need no more of that.
Yeah, facts.
That ran its course like a motherfucker. Please don't bring them two back up. Like y'all chill on that, but I need a little more. Like I need something. Like I feel like we're all just gathered around waiting for something to happen. and it's not happened yet, but we're just still waiting. That's how boxing feels. But fuck it, Ring ain't gonna make that happen. We always gonna be coming out with content and shit. And we got new fire shit this week. So if there's a void in boxing, Ring ain't gonna do the best to fill that void.
I mean, we did that shit. We did that shit in 2020. Shit, we'll always keep doing that.
Yeah,
there's always something that we can give y'all. Trust. Pause.
Yeah,
pause too.
That's really that's all it is. Really, like not everybody can do that because they so dependent on the sport and they lack the creativity. But
right,
not us. Hold on, let me see some of Anthony's messages. I either have Jason winning this fight by TKO in the 11th round or 8 going the distance and Jarrett winning the fight. I guess I could see that. Do you guys think the nicknames that Eric Morales had his career fit him? It was either the terrible, El Terrible. Fuck yeah, like Eric Morales, his nickname was badass. El Terrible.
Yeah, it's El Terrible. Yeah,
like the fuck.
He wasn't named no damn
better boxing nicknames. Like
I don't think he was ever named the Tasmanian Devil. He was always.
I don't know what the fuck you got that from, but El Terrible was the shit.
I don't know. You're getting some whole bunch of nicknames out there. Like he wasn't. Yeah. He was not known as Superman and shit. Like I don't know where you're getting all this shit from. Like,
yeah, bro. Like where you at? You still feeling that Dominican vacation, bro? Like, like you still feeling the after effects? But yeah, you gotta remember that one KO he had where he knocked the dude out and then he walked right over him type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a terrible thing to do that only a El Terrible would do. You know what I mean? So, bars. Valenzuela versus we answered that. At 135 pounds, these two fights I really want to see. Zepeda versus Morataya.
Yeah, he spelled
Morataya. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I've been fucking up names. Or Andy Cruz versus Valenzuela. Like, bro, come on.
I would love to see that fight, but no, Andy Cruz though needs more.
I would love to see it, but I don't think Cruz ready. Like they wouldn't make it.
Cruz needs a little bit more seasoning, but
Cruz would get his shit rocked in that fucking fight.
Yeah, facts.
Pat, don't be no manager. This nigga talking about I would love to see that. Like if a nigga made an offer, he would really be going. He'd go to the gym, be in the locker room, like, hey yo. So I would really love to see this fight. And it's like, what you mean? Who's this, coach? I mean, who's this, Pat? Yeah, Rayo Venezuela. Like, wait, what? You would love to? You think I'm ready for this? I mean, I don't know, but I love to see it. Like, what the nigga? You hold on, you got my career in your hands, bro. Like, nah, like you wildin' talking about love. Y'all niggas wildin'. You and Anthony would get people careers done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we ain't got really much to say. We could wrap this up. But y'all, make sure y'all fucking follow us on every fucking platform: TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, IG, all that shit. Be dropping the damn bars and boxing pretty soon. Hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday. But yeah, definitely got the full video and go have the Bandcamp link for the song and go have all that up and eventually get the song on streaming. So we bringing it back.
Don't give this nigga all the sauce, nigga. We got some shit coming, nigga. That's it.
Yeah. Like you said, we got some shit coming. Fuck that. But yeah, stay tuned, nigga.
This nigga's like, yes, it's uploading. It's at about 67%. We got a third of the way to go. This shit's
I can't even upload it right now.
You guys will have it by 4:30 this morning. Like, nigga, it's coming. It's coming.
My bad, but I get into promoter mode because we sit here and be talking about how these promoters and boxers don't be promoting. So I'll be making sure to do my promoting at the end. But yeah, man, we all good, man. A great episode. Glad y'all fucking with us tonight. Huh?
All they both focus on is booking them names, nigga. They think everybody think that they can sell themselves, even though everybody got to be marketed. But
yeah,
niggas think their name is as big as it gets, and it's like, nigga, I'm fighting, so buy it, nigga.
And it's like, but nigga, you ain't fighting who I want to see you fight, so why the fuck I'ma buy it?
Yo, and is it just me or there hasn't been no? Oh yeah, Showtime done, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it hasn't been the all access shit. I've missed that shit, yo. Low key. It makes
Well, I mean, they have it on Prime, but it's not.
it's not the same. It's not the
It's
same.
not the same, and they release it too close to the fucking fight, where it's kind of like, look, bro, y'all can't look. This is one before we end this fucking. Y'all gotta stop trying to bombard all the promotion on the fight week. Gradually do that shit within the final 4 weeks of the fight.
Mm.
Or the last 2 weeks you could try to bombard it. But fight week, there's too many like activities, too much shit going on for us to be damn taking time out to watch 20-minute damn documentary videos and face off and this and that. Because remember, y'all got the weigh in, y'all got post-fight conference, all that shit. Like, bro, like, yo, y'all gotta space this shit out.
Facts.
Like, so that's my whole fucking rant for that. Like, yeah, y'all, like, don't fucking try to give us everything the last fucking week, bro.
Yeah, let us do the weekly promotion, nigga. Y'all niggas do that other shit.
Yeah, thank you. Shit. Like,
we'll preview the fight, nigga. Y'all don't gotta do that. We'll preview it. Y'all just post y'all fucking promotions, nigga.
put y'all shit out. Like, don't sit on the fucking all access for 3 months and then the week of the fight you put it out. Like, nigga, like, we on some other shit. We up here trying to make plans. Like, all right, what we trying to eat? All right, where we gonna see the fight at? This, that. We not trying to. You know what I mean? We can't go back in time and just. We can't freeze time to watch your fucking documentary and try to watch your promo shit.
Yeah, they fucked up. They shouldn't have pulled Showtime without having a legitimate replacement, nigga.
Well, I mean, that's PBC's doing. Everyone else was kept their platforms. That was just PBC just unfortunately went to Prime because it's a streaming era. So they had to get in where they fit in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the game.
Not fitting in too well. Pause.
Now with that goddamn card coming up. I still can't pronounce that name, those names. Yeah, my bad. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah, that's a horrible card. I don't know why the fuck Amazon even doing that. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I already know I'm not paying for it, so it's gonna be definitely on some stream shit or whatever. No one's gonna make me pay for that fight. That's for damn sure.
Niggas gonna like break down the door, put a gun to your head, like, nigga, you pay for this shit now. Like, yeah, fuck it, you gotta just kill me, nigga. Fuck that. I ain't scrambling for my wallet, nigga, or the cell phone or none of that shit. Fuck that fight. But yeah, fuck that. We gotta stop mentioning them niggas. Fuck them niggas. Bullshit ass duckers, nigga.
But I think we could kind of wrap up and try to get up out of here. Because funny things too, actually we keep it under 2 hours, but now it's at 2 hours and 2. But I guess that's how it happens sometimes, Joe. Yeah. But let me just get. So let me. It
was a good call, good episode though.
It was, like I said, I enjoyed it and everything like that. I think everyone else did too. By the engagement that we got. You know what I'm saying? But for myself, Pat Scorpio doing representative for LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, Bars of Boxing, for King P Bodega B, for Conscious Pilot, for Rome Top 5. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Chicago Bears 3-0, nigga.